Hey everyone, we are back. It is Wednesday, financial wisdom with our friend Miriam Toro. How are you, Miriam?
I'm great. How are you?
Good to have you back in the United States. How was Mexico?
It was amazing. I had a blast. It was 80 degrees during the day, a little chilly at night. And I came back and I'm so excited and thankful that my flight was not canceled because I was hearing that a lot of flights were getting canceled. So I was glad that I was able to make it. It was a little scary because of that, you know, cancellations, etc.
Well, I was a little envious because I was telling people that you were in my tierra in Colima.
Yes.
I was like, wow, she's over there, she's having a blast. It's very beautiful over there. I always invite people over there and tell them how beautiful it is, and it's hard to explain it until you see it. You see everything so green. It's really, really beautiful out there.
I loved it. It's one of my favorite states, and Manzanillo, being at a resort, being able to wake up and not have to cook, all inclusive. And I was able to work from the beach, believe it or not, and do another show. So for tax experts, so it was amazing to be able to wake up, have my breakfast, walk to the beach, and work from the beach.
Wow, that is awesome. And thinking, speaking about that, I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about being able to retire young or not wait till you're 60, right? What as a wealth advisor, what should we have in plan to be able to retire young at a younger age? What do you recommend for us to have set up, or what will make it possible for us to be able to do that?
The goal is to diversify because you cannot count on Social Security. Just Social Security alone is not going to be enough to help you retire. You're going to need that extra money. Today, I actually was able to have someone send me their pension offer from their company, and it was only $200 a month. Can you believe it? If
Wow.
Social Security runs out and you only have a pension from your job, which they're lucky they had a pension, some people don't have a pension, and $200 is not going to cut it, especially with medications as you get older. Definitely, you need to start creating different avenues where you're able to have money forever and not have it run out.
Right, and that is scary because as many people might not know, Social Security, as you're working today, you're paying it forward. Per se, like people that are getting Social Security, they're getting the money that you're putting into it right now. And the way things look, where people not really want to work no more, that means that there's no money being put in for you. So it is a scary thought, and you really think that you're gonna get Social Security, you know, you got to pay more attention to Miriam, because it's not going to really be that easy, or it's not going to be that much. And the cost of living is going up. Medication, rent, everything, housing, everything's going up. I was seeing today that inflation is 7% higher than it's ever been since the 80s. So there's a lot of stuff that's scary out there that you got to pay attention. But also, what if we want to semi-retire? Where we don't want to work so hard and everything. And the reason I ask this is because everyone asks me, how does Miriam do it? She it looks like she's working, but she's having the time of her life. How is that possible? What opportunity is there to be able to do something like that?
You definitely have to have a business that you're able to be an entrepreneur, not a business owner, because a business owner, you're buying a job. When you're a business owner, you can't leave your job because you have employees that can steal from you. You have to be in control of it, especially if you own a restaurant, you can't leave. It's so much stress. So the goal is to have a business that generates income even if you're not there. And passive income, residual income, override income, all of that, different ways that you can get compensated would be the great way to do it. And that's how I do it, that I'm able to leave and there's people still working, and you're able to both do a win-win because you don't have to be physically present. That's being an entrepreneur. You have a business that runs by itself.
Right. And how do we become entrepreneurs? How do we get in that on that train? You know, because it sounds too good to be true. But I see, I know Miriam for some time now, and I know it is true because you know, I know her personally away from the program here, and I seen what she's done, and I see what she does, and it's awesome. And you know, a lot of people ask me like, is there a way to do kind of something similar to what you do, Miriam?
Yes, and there's many careers, short-term careers. There's people that do so many different businesses, and everything's respectful. What I do, I personally love because when I started doing auto insurance 20 years ago, it was a new law. Everyone had to have it, and automatically you were going to win. When if you start doing real estate and everyone's buying a house, you're going to succeed. So the type of business that I'm in is financial services, and if you guys would like more information on how to become a financial professional, I love it because this is the business opportunity. The part of the company that I'm with is you can work from anywhere. You don't have a boss, you don't have a time card, there's no limit to what you can make. And as a matter of fact, yesterday there was a Vietnamese person in our company that was sharing his story. And I was so impressed because he's making over 10 million a
Wow,
year. And
10
if
mil.
you yes, and if you ask me, and I can go ask my job, how do I get 10 million a year? They would probably fire me, right?
Yeah,
So this business, what we do is we change lives financially, and every single day you pay it forward, and you're able to build a business all over United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. We are currently in New Jersey, Texas, Arizona, different states. We're expanding and growing, and that's what I'm excited about because think about it. If I can put someone's finances to work better for them and companies compensate me very well to do that, then it's a triple win-win. The company wins, the client wins, and I win. So it's just very lucrative career, and I think we might be in the top 6 of the highest compensated careers without having to be a doctor that can't turn off their phone, an attorney that has a lot of stress. How many attorneys do you know that have so much stress? Doctors that have to sleep at their job or risk their lives. I'm glad I don't have to risk my life. I'm thankful for their service, but this is a great career that you can make a difference.
right. No, and that is awesome because like I said, I've looked into what Miriam does at her company, and it's awesome. And you know, it's not that hard. The only problem with me is time. I haven't given myself the time, and I'm working on that. That's why I want to retire. I want to retire young so I can start working on my career with Miriam. But it's totally awesome. If you want more information, give her a call 951-847-5630 or send her a message on Instagram at Miriam at WFG. And you know, she can give you more information about that. And it's really important because you want to set up your plan B. You need to set up a plan B because the way things are looking, you need that little extra income. And what better way to get paid to help people, right?
Yes, exactly. And me coming from the insurance industry, I had a couple of nightmare stories. The first one, my office, I was a manager and I would manage 14 people. And the company that I worked for back long time ago, um, they had a challenge becoming number one, and I was one of the only female managers, and we hit the number one spot, and I was doing very good. But guess what? There was a target on my back. Everybody wanted my job, and everybody thought I was making so much money. And they said, you know what? Management came in and they brought their own friends, they brought their own connections, and guess what? They wanted to demote me to get a smaller office for a small pay cut after I worked 12, 14 hours a day, leaving my family to build this business that was generating so much money for them in the insurance world. And I said, never mind. I don't want this. I'm not going to start all over. It's not what I want or something that I believe in. And then I looked into financial services and I saw, wow, okay, if there's only about 3% of the population protected, how many more people need what I do? And how many Latinos are doing what I do? And I thought, there's supply and demand. There's a need. I want to go where there's a need. I don't want to go into auto insurance where you could buy it everywhere, where you could buy it digitally. You could go online and buy your own insurance now. You don't need an agent. So you got to think about the future. If your job is being outsourced or moved to a different country, you need to be ahead of the game. You need to have, like you said, a backup plan. What if, there's no more radio and all there is like robots?
Well, I will figure it out. No, and I've taken the first step. I've taken the first step to start my business with Miriam, but I just haven't given it the time, and that's because me myself doesn't have the time. But I looked into it, and it's awesome. Honestly, I really liked it, and when I talked to Miriam the first time, I went in there full blown. But my problem is my time management. I'm super busy, but I really want people to give this to ask Miriam questions. Give her a call, because honestly, people, things are going to get a lot harder. And one thing you can be sure of is people want to have be financially secured, and you'll be able to help people with that. You know, it's really not a no brainer.
Yes.
you know, but Miro, give us a little bit more examples of like what exactly you do.
Okay. So what I do, going back to doing the auto insurance, I loved it. I just didn't like the fact that I had to ask for permission to go on vacation. I was not able to work overtime, and I noticed that the market, well, the company was cutting our contracts all the time. So I said, "Oh my goodness, I need to start something new." And then I did not leave my job. I still stayed there and I did this part time. So, part time, what I did is I learned the business, got my license from the state, but I prepare financial reviews for clients. So, what I do is we'll sit down with you and we will do pretty much like a analysis of where you're at and show you where you need to be and put you on the right path. Think about it. If you're on going to Europe or Mexico, you need a map, you need a dream map, a financial map. And that's what I do. I explain to you how money works, and then I show you how to make your money grow. Then I also do is I start creating different uh, ideas of, if you're in debt, let's show you how to get out of debt. Do you have any life protection? Do you have a retirement? If so, what kind? Do you have a 3 to 6 months emergency fund? Do you have a college fund for your kids? Do you have a living trust? Do you know how stressful it is when someone dies and they don't have a living trust? Well, I definitely recommend everyone to have their living trust if they have kids, a business, or a home. And what I do is I talk about fires. There's fires that we need to put out. If you have a fire and you're in debt and you can't get out, you're never going to get out unless you do something about it. So then we look at areas and I ask clients, where do you feel the biggest fire is at right now? Then we need to put out. So we put out that debt. Okay, show you how to get out of debt. Number two, life insurance. Do you have protection in case something happens to you? For your house to get paid off minimally, for your family to they can keep living in the home that you bought. Do you have a college fund for your kids or a plan to send them to college if you're not there? Then what we do is we start little by little. And changes can happen overnight. Yes, they can. When we sit down and I say, this is where you're at, we're going to put you there. And then 10 to 20 years, you're going to be thankful that we sat down. You're not going to be thinking about what if I would have. Why didn't I? I should have. You're going to say, thanks to God, we met and we put a plan together. I'm successful. I'm stress free. I'm traveling. I'm helping people. I'm making a difference. I'm able to live a great life. Think about it. Not a lot of people can travel. Not a lot of people can be their own boss. With our business, you can. As long as you're 18, you have a work permit for, be able to work legally in the US. You don't even have to speak English. You can speak Spanish, Vietnamese, whatever language, and you can help your own people. And the benefit of being bilingual is great because you could talk to more people.
Wow, and that's very true. It's you can talk to more people, and not only that, people that know you and they will see the change in you first of all, and that attracts attention. That always attracts attention. Like, what are you doing? What's new? What's new with you? And and it's something like everyone needs it. Anyone from someone that has a newborn baby, they need to set up a college fund for their baby. All this stuff is really really important. It's always been important, but now more than ever because statistics show that more people are going to college. Honestly, there's less people in the workforce. There's more people in college. So you want to set up your kids for that. You want to set up have a college fund. You want to have protection for yourself, for your family. Like Mira said, what God not willing, but what something happens to you and the house is under your name, and you don't have a living trust, you don't have a will, or you don't have none of that, the government could take your stuff and leave your family out on the street. It sounds messed up, but it's true. It could happen.
It can avoid, the thing is that a lot of people think, oh, I'm good. I have two houses. One's in Paris and one's in Mexico. But at the end of the day, if something were to happen, you can't go sell that house in 30 days. You can't go sell that house in 2 days to get money. So the goal is to have your liquid money, your long term money, your investment money, your business money, all different types of accounts that you are able to pull from. And that's why I see a successful retirement versus a non-successful unplanned retirement. You could be so smart and generate $1 million, but if you don't have your plans and your areas covered, what if you get an illness like cancer or heart attack and all of that $1 million goes to your health care? The goal is to say, hey, my life is in order, my retirement's in order, I have long term care, I have disability, I am out of debt, my 3 to 6 months, I get rental income. Then how different will your retirement be? Stress free. Even if
Exactly.
an illness comes and gets you, you already have long term care. You already have a disability plan. So it's very important. Things that we don't think about. Any illness can knock you down, and you can start doing this business part time, like I did. And I said like the same thing like that you said. I'm so busy. I don't have time. I used to do radio. I used to have two jobs, and then I said I don't have time. But then guess what happened? I started as a referral partner, and I started to see a little money coming in. And I thought, how many times do you have a business and you never see money coming in? And then I said, okay, I like this business. I give a number, I get a little referral fee, I get my license. And then I started doing this part time. And part time, I did start generating income more than my job.
Okay, so wait. Let's push rewind. you,
Yes.
you made sound that. So then people could actually help you by referring people, and they could make a little extra income.
Yeah. You can't make a lot because you have to legally be licensed to make money, but 25, $50, it's
That's
okay. Yeah. But it helps.
exactly.
But once you're licensed and you say, okay, I'm licensed, I legally can make money, then guess what? There's no limit. And then you start doing this part time, and then part time, you start opening your eyes to say, I only work 10 to 12 hours versus 160 and I make the same income. Then why do I keep working? Now I have more time. Now you would be in the situation where you say, hey, I work when I want. I make as much as I want. We get paid 8 times a month. And if I build a team, think about if you're a real estate agent and a broker, The broker makes more money, right? The agent goes out there, shows all the houses. I'm
Right.
it's how do you want to live? Do you want to be working yourself your whole life, or would you like a ton of Marian Toros out there making a difference and all of us
Exactly.
win?
Exactly. Now, here's another question for you. How hard is it to get your license?
It's not hard. If I could do it, you can do it.
I don't know about that,
So,
but
so what I've been doing lately, I've been studying with my team.
uh-huh.
So you do a course online, and you could either do it in Spanish or English. You do a 32 or 52-hour course depending on your state. Some states are 20 hours. You do the pre-license requisite, and then it gives you a study guide for you to study. You just basically go past, the exams consistently till you're getting 80%. You book your state exam in California. You For a life only license, that's what you need to work with us. You would only need to pass it with 60%, a D. Like you just barely make it and you'll get your license. And it's not that hard. There we can also study. I'm going to have study groups where we study 2 hours and I pretty much help you memorize.
Do you do the test online or do you gotta go somewhere?
You can do it online now. You used to have to drive to LA or San Diego in person. Now you can do it online. They just need to be able to see your surrounding area and make sure that your eyes are on the computer. And you can do it online now.
Awesome. And even if you get the D, remember your license won't have the grade on it, so it doesn't
No,
matter.
exactly. Hands on is what matters, and changing lives is what matters. And we have a lot of people studying for the exam, and I know a lot of people are going to pass. And I'm so excited because the more the merrier. The more people we're able to impact, the more lives we can change, the less people stress financially, less divorces, less fights about money, people being able to have leave a legacy. I think to me that's important.
That's very important. So the question is, who's in it with me? Who's gonna take the test with me? All you
I
gotta do
would.
is give Miriam a call at nine
Mhm.
five one 847 5630 and get more information from her so she could give you more personal information one-on-one. And all this is not gonna cost you anything. Miriam does this for free. She's not going out here to charge you to do anything. And and ask her about your financial situation. How can she help you with financial situation? Because honestly, we all need help. We all need someone to just like they say, look at our books, take a quick look and see what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and more than anything, what our 401k is doing for us, or what our pensions are doing for us. Because like Mira said, she just got one, and they're only $200 a month. That ain't nothing. That nowadays, that's really really little money. So I would really give her a call to find out where your standings, and if you're interested in making a little bit extra income, you know ask her about the business. It's very simple. She's here to help you. Like I said, just give her a call or follow her on Instagram. It's not that big of a deal. It's pretty simple. Trust me, I looked into it and it's not that bad. We have a question for you. It says, "Hello. So you only need to take the a life insurance test to start, or are there more exams?"
That's it. And there's only like two certifications, some minor certifications. Let's say when you get started with us, you need to pass a background check, not have any background issues, and you need to become affiliated. And I can give you more info later. But yes, the course and the that you have to do hours before for studying. Then you take the state exam, and that's the only exam you do. And it's every 2 years. It expires every 2 years, so you just renew it every 2 years. I've renewed my license. If I tell you how long, you'll know my age, but it's been so many years that every 2 years I renew all my licenses, and you don't have to take the test all over again. Once you pass it once, you're good.
I'll tell you, Miriam, she's only 28.
I wish. I wish. I definitely
But
wish.
no. So every time you renew you gotta take the test over, or you just
No,
renew it?
You
No,
just do a continuing education like any doctor, any professional. You just have to keep up with your licenses, and they're every 2 years. And like I said, there's different studying methods for you to pass. I've studied with an attorney and I helped him pass by studying with him. He only studied 3 days, 2 hours each day. He passed. An accountant. She studied 2 hours with me, 3 days. She thought she couldn't pass, but I helped her pass by helping her study. So I do little study groups with my team because my thing is I want you to get compensated. I want you to make money. I want you to help people. And if you don't get licensed, how are you going to get paid? So then I take time out of my own time to go show you because you're an investment to me.
wow,
Your time, you're studying. I'm building people, I'm building leaders. I'm super excited because today we had 4 people in Compton study with me. They're already, some of them are already licensed. But now they get it because see what happens is you have a puzzle, you study little by little, you're learning parts here and there, and then when you get it, it's over. You're gonna really make it happen. And that's what I love to see people succeed and win and help my own people and help every other people as well, every race.
that is totally awesome. So, like I said, people, if you have more questions or anything for Miriam, give her a call at 951-847-5630, or look her up on Instagram at Miriam WFG. And she gets back to you really quick. She always on her phone answering calls, answering messages. If you're feeling better, send her a text message. She'll get back to you. Miriam, like always, it's been a pleasure. But before we go, there's something I do gotta read out. We're talking about insurance, and when insurance happens, you have sometimes people have bad luck, especially with bad weather. But if you ever have yourself in a situation where you're in an accident out here in the Antelope Valley, call Kessler Law Firm. He's a big sponsor of our programs, and he's a great lawyer. He looks out for the people out here in the Antelope Valley, and he's a great guy. If you ever need his assistance or have any questions about accidents or anything, Kessler Law Firm is the guy to call. Miriam, thank you like
Great.
always. Are we going to see you next week or in 2 weeks?
We will definitely see each other next week.
All right. And like I said, people, if you have any questions for Miriam, send her a message or send me a message, and I'll get the questions answered for you. And I really stress over this a lot because I've seen the possibilities of the business that Miriam does, and I see the numbers. I follow my financial situation. I see people's financial situations, and right now in this country, we're gonna take a big dip, and if you're not prepared, it's gonna be scary for a lot of people. So right now is the opportunity to have someone advise you of your situation. And like I said, Miriam will look. She's willing to help anyone. All you gotta do is place that phone call and reach out, and she's there to help. And
Cool.
you know what? Like I appreciate Miriam because she does this out of the she donates her time to do this to get people to help people. I really appreciate that from you, Miriam, and it's a pleasure to have you on the radio. And see you next week.
Thank you, thank you. And like I said, you need to start a little lifeboat because if you're on a sailboat, you never know what can happen. You need to be prepared. And two incomes is better than one. One could be your responsibilities, your bills. The other one could be your get rich account. So always keep an open mind. I never thought I'd be doing this. I never thought I'd be doing auto insurance. But guess what? You have to be open, and if you are challenged, then go for the challenge because it's only going to make you better. If I wouldn't have taken the challenge, guess what? My company got sold. Where would I be now? At another insurance agency taking orders or asking for permission to take vacations. Now I win trips. Now I'm able to work on my own schedule. I can wake up whenever I want. I can be with my dog. I can be with my family. I can be there for the ones that I love. And before we go, I'm just going to tell you this real quick. Being your own boss, it's not all about the money. It's about what you can do. Because in 2019, I lost my father and I never had to ask for a day off. I was there at the hospital with him for 4 months and I never got fired from my job because this business, you can make it when you can just work whenever. And my father was my priority. And if I didn't work, who cares? Guess what? Money comes and goes, lives don't. Take advantage of something so great. I wouldn't tell you to do it if I wouldn't love it. And if I could work 25% of the time that most people, I would definitely recommend you to do it. And I'm here to answer your questions. Like you said, have a great night. I'm thankful, and let's go change lives together.
You got it. Thank you, and see you next week, Miriam.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Bye bye.